What is up, bass heads? It's your boy here, OG Soda Pop Kid, coming to you direct. I'm gonna tell you, man, I've been doing nothing but demoing these last few days, man. I just left AutoZone. I never gave a demo at all. Yeah, I did. When I had, I take that back. When I had the Signature Series 18s, okay, and for the VFL 12Ks, I demoed for a couple people down at AutoZone, and that was like about 5 or so years ago, maybe 6 years ago, now that I remember. But tonight, just less than 30 minutes ago, I was down there demoing. There's a manager down there that I know named Christina Lane. She got this big 1983 Chevy Suburban, man, big truck. And she's been asking me for the longest time to build her a system in there. I mean, for years, and I turned her down because I had bad experiences building systems for people out here in New Kensington, dude. Seriously. I mean, this is one of the only places I know where they want a $20,000 system for only $200 and want you to do all the labor as well and get them the equipment. I had some real bad experiences with some people out here, and it turned me off and made me not build for nobody in New Kent ever again. You know what I mean? As a matter of fact, in order for me to build for you, you have to want a big build like I have or something close to it in order for me to build you something. You got to be like super serious. And she's been asking me for the longest, and I just gave in. You know, seeing how big that truck, and I did a video of it when I did the demo. I did a couple of demos back to back, man. The guys were showing up there, mechanics and all of that, and they had never saw my car before. And they became interested in it. That's what I'm going to talk about real quick. Okay, and I threw one guy in there and gave him a demo, and I threw Christine in there and gave her first demo ever. She's always been seeing my vehicle. As a matter of fact, she told the story of when she was little, and my car was yellow. Her and her friends was jumping on people's cars, and I came out and said, "You better not jump on my car." And I was like, wow, that's crazy. And she was a kid then, but she's a manager there now and grown up. Ain't that funny? Okay, and she was telling me the story, like, you used to come out like, "You better not jump on my car." I'm like, I probably did say that. It ain't like she's lying. But now she wants a big system in that big ass truck, and she's a small female, man, with this big ass horse truck sitting way up off the ground. I was teasing her about it, but that truck is clean. Stupid clean as a 1983. She wasn't even born until 83, she was telling me. I graduated high school in 83. That's crazy. So she's about 43 years old. You know, that's funny. But anyway, and her husband works at Advanced Auto Parts, the one that I'm always at. Her husband, Gary. I'm always at that Advance, and I went down to AutoZone today just to see if she was working to demo and stuff for her. I surprised her by popping up down there, man. But nevertheless, we talked about this battery delete that I moved the positive bus bar over here, and I did have a couple complications of accidentally hitting grounds. Like I said, you can't be too careful. I was being too careful, and what I had did is over here at the master cylinder, you can see the windy thing. I was over here on this stud with this little, supposed to be, I thought was a stubby. In fact, let me get all of this stuff, man. I should have did all of this before I even started doing this video. But I'm going to keep doing this video as I sit everything. When my car's just sitting here, I like putting all these wrenches in their little places that I'm going to end up needing. And then when I get ready to go out, I take all of this and sit it over here on a garbage lid, right? This is just a habit. This little stubby right there, I thought it ain't really a stubby, it's just a short socket wrench. All right, I'll put all these here real quick. Well, anyway, I'm gonna take my, excuse me, people. I'm doing this at the same time. I'll get all this in its rightful place, and I should have did this at first. so I'm not going to start this video over. But nevertheless, I'll do this afterwards. I don't need to have all that there. But anyway, I had this over here on here and thought it wasn't going to reach that twisty thing as I was loosening that. And what happened? Pop! And that's like whatever that's made out of, like real thin tin or something. It hit that, popped a hole in it, and out started spilling all the brake fluid. Man, I was so damn mad I didn't know what to do. It was the day that I got those ring terminals I was telling y'all about for the starter. The day I got that ring terminal sent, I threw that on there and popped a hole in it, and that caused a problem. And I had to go to my man Ben Hank and get another thing on there. But you see, I put rubber on there this time because now it's real close to everything now. The way that they did it, they didn't do it real spirally like that. So now I got rubber. I thought about that. Let me put a rubber thing around here. Now it don't matter if it touch it. It ain't nothing gonna pop nothing or ground out there. Okay. And I was having complications left and right with this build, man. Left and right. You know, whining noise, the radio is bad, so I changed out the radio. Okay, threw some other RCA wires on there a couple of days ago that I thought was better. The whiny noise was back again. I took those back off and put some other ones back on, and the noise went away. I was dealing with that, dealing with all the wires that I had to relocate to put over there, and I had to relocate them. One of the wires wasn't connected. I didn't crimp them hard enough. And my fog lights and marker lights wouldn't come on, and I had to chase that down last night. But I found it. It was like one thing after another, man. But after it's all said and done, with them Stetsom, with the EQX764s, got them speakers sounding good, man. Them Line Driver 7-band equalizers sound good. I mean, they sound real good. For the last couple of days, I had my car. I come down here early in the morning, grab my car before I go to work, parked it up at the house so when I get off of work, I can hop right in the car and take a real quick demo run. The route that I go, but I go half the route when it's late like that. And I did it today and yesterday, both days. Everything sounds so good. So good. Those doggone Resilient Sound Platinum V2s is breaking and something nasty. They sounding good, man. And I got my amp set back at 105.5 AC volts like I had the Terra amp MDA-Ks. Because I can get these things up to 106.8 and still be clean. But that seems like a little too much because when I get to volume 26, it starts to sound like, how can I explain? Like the subs are straining. So I got them at 105.5 like where I had them, and when I hit volume 26, it's still curtains. But it's a clean, super clean loud. Like a real super hardcore clean loud, because just not too long ago, I hit her on that Madonna song at volume 26, man. It sounded stupid good. And with half of the plexi in on each side, half of it is still pounded. It still sounded good with half of the plexi in. I'm impressed, man. I'm impressed with those. I'm impressed with the Stetsom amps, those little 800.4s. I'm impressed. I'm impressed with the Resilient Sound Platinum V2 subs. I'm impressed, man. I mean, I am. And to Tony, I'm impressed with these, man. I underestimated these 320s, these small cases, man. These little diaper alternators, as I call them. I underestimated them. These things been doing their thing, Tony. I mean, street beating, demoing, they've been doing their thing. And at high RPMs, they do charge that battery back up quick. It charges up quick when I'm driving it. It recharges it fast. Way back up. Because I got them at 15.9, almost 16 volts daily. Driving around with them daily. You know what I mean? So they're like at 15.9 up there, 9.9. When they drop down and I take a quick drive, boom, it charges them right back up. I underestimated these, man. I did. You know what I mean? I admit it. So I'm going to get backups. I'm going to hit you back up. I wanted you to make me a backup. Maybe you misunderstood that. I was like, make me one so I could have a backup. But I'm going to hit you to confirm a backup. All right, and then you send me your invoice to, and you can send it to me because I'm not going to drive out for one alternator. I'll just have you make it and send it. But I'm going to let you know. You know what I mean? Because I'm going to end up getting a couple of them so I can have at least two in case something happens to these. And then the one that was chattering, okay, I realized that the pulley was on crooked. The pulley was on crooked. It was wobbly. Like when I took that off, I couldn't get the pulley off because you had it real tight. My impact gun ain't as strong as yours. And I couldn't get it off. When I was spinning it, it was like wobbly, and then I got a mechanic to take it off, but then when I put a matching pulley back on it, it hasn't been chattering or making the noise. So I think because that pulley was on a little crooked, that might have been the noise it was making, because it hasn't been acting up since, man. So maybe that don't gotta come back, bro. I mean, all right, it was just the complications that I was having at first. I was having complications at first, man. Okay, complications at first. Okay. So that was that, all right? So we're gonna, get things straight here. You know what I mean? So things is getting straightened out. Like I was saying, this thing was fighting me left and right for some weird reason. Now all I gotta do is get me another light on this bumper, one of the long ones, and use that for like a fog light for extra light. Because these two fog lights down there, them LEDs are brighter than the brightest bright. People be flashing their lights at me like I got high beams on, but they're just nothing but fog lights. I'm gonna get one long one, extra one, right across the top there. So, because my high beams, since I got toggle switches, the high beams don't act like high beams. They act like they're extra regular lights. I guess there's a certain way you're supposed to hook those up to make them flash out like high beams, but I'm going to make an alternative for that. Get one of those lights, those crazy lights, and put them just right across the top of them fog lights with a toggle switch. I hit them things that light up a football field. And that's what I need, so when I'm out there on real dark roads, boom. All right, and I can just turn them out with a switch, click. Okay, and I do have some leaks, some air leaks within this vehicle that's stopping my progress, and there's a hole down in here that goes to the floor. Down in there, I'm gonna block that off, man. If I gotta shoot a expander foam down there, that's what I'm gonna end up doing, because there's a hole there. All right, I can feel cold air coming through right on my leg. I even know where it's at. I know where it's at. I'm gonna have to fix that. I'm probably losing score big time there. Big time. All right. Okay, so what I want to talk about, all right, other than that, is, all right, I'm gonna explain some of the hate that some of these cats around here do, man. All right, it's about this car in general. When this car was yellow with black lettering, and now it's black with silver lettering, I'm about to tear this, sand this stuff off the hood and the trunk and get new lettering and stuff there, because the Batman is peeling off real bad and so is stuff back there. So I'm just going to sand it off. Hopefully I'll have it done before the 31st. And it's just going to be letters on there this time. You know, I got to get Resilient Sounds and Stetsom's name on there to represent both of them. That's what I'm going to do. You know, with my name and some other stuff that I plan on getting on there. That's what I'm going to do, okay? All right, this is going to happen before the 31st. It may not be, it's not going to be done before the 18th. All right, I'm going to rebedline it and then boom. Okay, that's one thing. But this car has gotten so much positive attention over the years, man. You know, no matter who gets around this car, who comes out and see this car, people would come around it, man, and compliment it and talk about how of a badass car this is. Okay? So, technically, for every hater, there's 50 people that loves this car for every hater. Okay, and I've got nothing, with all the driving and traveling and competing and traveling all through Ohio and Kentucky and Tennessee and Florida and places I've been going, and Indianapolis, has been nothing but compliments. That people ain't seen nothing like this because it's so different. I'm a different kind of person, period. I don't act like nobody, dress like nobody, do nothing like nobody. Everything I do is like me. I'm not a mimic or a clone. I've said this before. And this is nothing but a learning process for a lot of you young bucks and even older people, because there's just older cats out there, they try to follow the crowd. They try to do what everybody else is doing. Okay, I'm not one of those guys. Now, back when I was younger, yeah, maybe. When we was trying to dress like Run DMC and all them New York cats, and then the West Coast flavor hit when Colors came out and NWA came around and all of that. Now all of a sudden everybody wanted to be West Coast, and we had all these gangs down here too, you guys in California. We had gangs galore. Yeah, we did have Bloods and Crips and different areas in Pittsburgh. Okay, we had Deuces, the OGs, and all kinds of gangs. We had them too. Yes, we had them too. As a matter of fact, a lot of you California guys don't know, Pittsburgh has collaborated with California in the past. Sam Snead, he's from McKeesport, a PA out here, but him, Black Caesar, Wiz Khalifa, and other guys have sat in the same studio as RBX and them. Y'all need to know all of that, man. That's why I adapted, sort of the California style of popping, and even Midnight had told me, he said, I pop like a Compton popper, but I never saw a Compton popper pop. But he said, man, you pop like a Compton popper. Why don't some of y'all tell me how Compton poppers actually popped? Who was nice from Compton? That's what he told me. He said, you pop like a Compton popper. I said, okay. When I talked to Pete and him many years ago when Skeeter was living face to face, when I had them out here in 2002, I was like, if I was from California, by the way that I popped, what part of California would I be from? And I remember Skeeter saying San Diego. And then I mentioned, he's like, because I didn't bend over. I never bent over. I stood up straight at the time, and I didn't do no bending over or nothing. He said, you stand straight up and down. He's like, San Diego poppers pop like that. You know what I mean? But after that weekend, he was showing me some different arm. He's like, man, you got to move your arms in different directions and all of that and bend over, bro. And I took that advice and ran with it. So that was 2002. I started getting better after that, after I listened to what I was told, pretty much. And they didn't just come out and say that. I had to ask them that. Okay? So, getting back to what I was talking about, I've gotten compliments on this car left and right. Still. I mean, I usually keep it in the storage unit most of the times. Last year, I didn't bring it out hardly at all. It might have been out 3 or 4 times the whole entire 2024. Period. You know what I mean? And I haven't had it out, and I've not nothing but compliments. This morning at Sheets, I come outside, cats is gathered around it. Cats is getting out their car looking at it. When I'm at Advance, cats is getting out looking at it. Cats wants demos. They look under here and go, oh my God. Just tonight when I was at AutoZone, man, cats was pulling up left and right. Mechanics, I threw a mechanic in here, gave him a demo. Young mechanics. Gave him a demo while his boys stood outside and listened to it. They came and looked under the hood, lost their mind. So, see out here, a lot of people don't see 4 alternators and 3 alternators in vehicles all like that, dude. They don't see stuff like this. They wanted to take pictures. I said, go ahead, take pictures. They don't see stuff like this. You know what I mean? This is kind of different for people, man. And I ordered another one of them that I'm going to put over here. It'll be in tomorrow. And maybe by Sunday I'll have that thing blowing again. Okay, have them over here. But anyway, yeah, these guys, man, and I think about the few haters in the town. That car is ugly, or it's a piece of shit, or that, and they don't know nothing about the history behind this car, what's put into this car, and that this car has been back and forth to different states and still running, still start up, still run, You know, I mean, got a lot of blood, sweat, and tears in it. You know, and a little bit of framework that I had got, and had posted it on YouTube. And I got dude in Airy to do a little bit of framework, and he went incognito on me. Had me drive out there for nothing one day. Remember that? You know what I mean? And I start looking at the comments. I got like 3,000 views on that. And the cats, you know, saying, man, that car needs to be in the junkyard and all this. And cats is driving around cars way worse than this. I went and blocked every last one of them. I was like, man, these hating ass dudes, man. Block, 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 running their mouth. Just hating, just bashing, just hating. I was like, these dudes ain't got nothing to do, man, but go up on there, and they probably don't have a car. They probably riding a damn iron pimp, which means the bus. That's what we called the bus back in the day, the iron pimp. They probably don't got a car at all. A base car, none of that, man. You can go to the junkyard. I was like, man, shut up. Block, 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 block. With damn near 4,000 views and haters. You know what I mean? Unbelievable. And it's like out here, I got people to admire the car, but this guy says, hey man, piece of junk. No, you're a piece of junk. Your whole life is a piece of junk. Period. Your whole life. Cats is running their mouth like, man, car ain't this, that, and the other. You have 759 trophies and counting, bro. What trophies do you have for your car? Nothing. No trophy. Never will win one. At all. And I think all the hate and slander. See, this town, and everybody's not like that out here, man. There's good people out here. You know what I mean? Because for the longest time, I've been trying to stay away from bad influences and all that, and people that are haters. I just stay away from them. I don't have nothing to say. And I tell people I can read people. I know when cats ain't no good, and they're haters, and they're slanderers. You know what I mean? And they like being out there boning other dudes' wives and boyfriends and husbands and all of that. And that's all they're about. Gossip, going to the bar, drinking, using drugs, smoking weed, lying, slandering, talking about people they don't know, making assumptions, and that's all they do. You know what I mean? Every time I turn around, I heard. I was like, what did you hear, dude? I don't hang with nobody. I did not grow up out here. And I try to explain to cats, I did not grow up out here. I moved out here at 30 years old. And it's funny that some of the people that I have these conversations with, in the barbershop, they have good enough common sense to say, man, yeah, we do explain that to people. If somebody didn't grow up out here, they're not from here. I didn't learn how to pop here. I didn't learn how to rap here. I didn't learn how to cut hair here. I didn't know how to do car stereo stuff here. I moved out here with that knowledge already. And some of these cats were in elementary school, and I was 30 years old when I moved to New Kent. I'm 61 now. Mad common sense. And what I've learned about people out here, you can brag about your book smarts. But what schools do not teach you, college, high school, nothing, they do not teach you common sense. All they teach you is book smarts, period. Common sense will keep your ass alive. Some people got book smarts and they go no further with it. They didn't go to college, or they're not doing what they were smart at, period. So I guess that was a waste of time, right? Common sense will keep your ass alive. Period. Man, a lot of people don't have common sense, and even people out here will tell you how certain people don't have common sense. Period. You know what I mean? To just talk about somebody. I did not grow up out here. Okay? Period. A lot of you, I didn't go to elementary, middle, or high school with you. I've said this before. I wasn't in bed with you. Some of you I've never had a conversation with. I just saw you. And you just saw me going in the store, out the store, driving up the street or down the street. Period. You don't know me. You know of me. And you can't believe everything people say either. Because I don't believe everything somebody say when they come in my barbershop talking about, especially females. Talking about y'all like the world's going to end tomorrow. And it's all bad. I can believe it and turn my nose up at you like I'm God. I'm not God. And I can't stand people with a God complex. Like I said, you can't make it rain, snow, the seasons change. You do not control no one's destiny. Only God does that. You can't make nothing happen for no one, man. You can't even God yourself a damn job. And there's people with God complexes, man. I can't stand a person with a God complex. You know what I mean? I don't go around God complexing people. Either I like you or I don't. Or I won't talk to you or I will. I usually just keep to myself. If we know each other, cool. If we don't, I won't say nothing to you. I can believe every nasty thing these dudes come in the barbershop and say. And just decide to believe it and look you up and down with my nose turned all up. Because I'm good at that. I'm good at making faces at people. Very good at it. You know what I mean? So it technically don't matter what people think. I just don't like negativity at all. You know what I mean? He ain't just saying, you don't know me all like that. You don't know me enough to know anything about me. And when somebody says, well, you know what I heard, and it's negative, I usually will flip. Because I don't like negative stuff. I'll flip like that's a damn lie. Why don't you ask me about me? You're scared. Because you'll get the truth. Ask me about me. I know how my ass smell. Nobody else don't, as I say, they nose in it. Period. You know what I mean? Lesson to be learned by people. You don't have to like this whip. Lots of people like my whip. I got more trophies, more fat car awards and all that, all up and down my crib. You know what I mean? So, cats is always gathered around it. Man, this is nice, man. This is badass, man. Oh my God, man. Oh, as soon as I open up the trunk, oh my God, man. And bass heads at competitions where there's a lot of guys that got, there's guys that got 20-something amplifiers and 20-something subwoofers and blow all kind of wind and blow their windshields out and all of that, man. So you can call them guys like the Seth Currys and LeBron Jameses of car audio, the guys like that. But my car gets more props and enough props because of what it is. And most of them guys, I got more trophies than most of them in all their splendor, so it doesn't matter. Because, with all the money they dumping on their vehicles, they should be on the damn highway driving from here to there and there to here and up and down the road and all of that, winning trophies, like putting the work in. They get so far and they do so much and they only compete so much, and you know what I mean? And I've drove, man, there's got to be at least 200,000 miles on this engine. There's got to be. And it fires right up. There's got to be. There's 3,000 extra pounds of weight in this vehicle. No, it's not for racing. There's people mistake it for a race car. It's just a look. And this car just floats, man. It just starts up and floats. It has this little, what word am I looking for? When it's moist outside, when there's moisture and it runs weird, like moisture, it has this little, little weird thing, but then when it's dry out and everything, it straightens up. You know what I mean? It's just how old cars are. You know what I mean? But this thing's been reliable. It was my daily driver at one time until I got the Equinox, and I'll have that paid off next month. It'll be 6 years. It'll be all paid for and paid off. Some people don't even know I have the darn car. I have 6 years paying on it. You know what I mean? That's how much people don't know. They know so much they don't know anything. You don't know nothing about me technically. You know what I mean? And for some of you people to call yourselves Christian and act the way that y'all act, y'all are modern day Pharisees. Those are the ones Jesus ripped a hole in. He ripped a new one in them, and they wanted to kill him. By the time he got done with them, they wanted to kill him because he called them out. He did. They was wandering around here wearing masks, being fake and phony, had people thinking that they was doing right when they was technically doing wrong. He ripped them a new one. He ripped them a new one. You who teach not to steal, do you steal? You who teach not to commit adultery, do you commit? He tore them up. Because he knew what they were doing. Tore them up. And they wanted to kill him because they was upset. Because he tore them up. You know what I mean? Boy, I'm telling you, dude. Yeah, them was the ones that killed me, telling me, you ain't no Christian. No, you ain't one. At least I try. You ain't one. I'll tell you to your face you ain't one. And get dead into it. What everybody said when they came in my barber shop. What dude had his nose up your butt and all of that the last week. Y'all need to be careful, man. Y'all need to be real careful in what you say. Very careful, because I will rant you into submission. We can have an argument in front of all your butthole buddies. I'll tear your ass up on some I heard. Why don't you get the facts? Find the facts out. And the people that told you that never had a conversation with, somebody told me, never even met him. Never even met him, dude. And I'll take me and my raggedy ass car. That's what you call it, raggedy. And keep winning trophies and going out and keep getting compliments by people. So I'm going to build that big ass Suburban. I'm going to be asking, I'm probably just me and my boy Dre might do it. I was going to ask a certain person if he want to help me build it. But I gotta, but I'm gonna build that, man. I told her I was gonna throw 8 15s or 6 18s in it, that big ass Suburban. That thing is huge. I wish I had that thing. I'd lose my damn mind up in that thing. All the room in the world up under that hood. Oh my God. I could put a house under that damn hood. A house, dude. I'd have alternators, man. I'd probably add like about 6 or more alternators in there. I'd lose my damn mind. I'd lose my whole entire mind. I'm serious. And I'm gonna put these locks right here all around that woman's vehicle so nobody can get in it. The back, all the doors. I'm gonna get her 4 of these. We're talking about 4 of these AKs and and all the golds. The Brazilian Sound golds. They're either gonna be 18s, a flat, not a wall, a no wall, firing up, and all that. Putting all the amps and things in the front. Yep, boom, boom, boom. Yep. You'll see her. I'll demo for her tonight. I'm gonna post that. Okay, this is it, y'all. I'm at 31 minutes. Yeah, I just wanted to get that out, y'all. And I've been demoing. Tomorrow I'm not gonna demo. I got some more stuff, that fan coming in. I'm not gonna demo. The last 2 days I got demo. Yeah, them Stetsom EQX764s sound good. So that's my new line driver. Like I said, I got 5 of the How Fun is HFs. I'm gonna sell them for 25, but they're 9-volt line drivers. I'm gonna sell them for 25 bucks a battery. I'm gonna post those and just get rid of them. I'm gonna start collecting these, y'all. It's your boy, the OG Soda Pop Kid. Good morning, good afternoon, good night. And I'll get back with you. I've been making videos, demo videos galore. I got a couple more going up. Peace.